Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the very first topic of management, that is Introduction to Management. In this topic, we are going to discuss the basic features of management, its importance and many other things. So this presentation will be helpful to those who are at the entry level and want to know the basics of management. So let's start. Let's start with the meaning of management. So what does management mean? To understand the meaning, we must understand one thing, that management is a process. It is a full-fledged process of allocating human and economic resources of the organization for achieving the stated objectives. The objective is already clear in the minds of the people who are going to manage, that what they want to achieve. And in this function, the manager has to perform many things, like he has to plan, organize, staff, direct and control. So the basic purpose is allocation of resources and achievement of the objectives. Now let's move further. To understand management, the very first thing which one should clear is the concepts of management. See, management is a thing which is going through ages. There were many concepts which were evolved. Traditional concept, modern concept. Now, as you can see in the slide, in the traditional concept, the entire emphasis was on direction and supervision. The workers were treated as factors of production and efforts were made that how one can get maximum of the work from the workers. So entire emphasis was on how to direct the people, how to supervise them. In the modern concept, the things changed, and now it has been noted that in management there are series of steps that are required to be taken. Emphasis should be on two things, that is performance and achievement of the goals. So the things are changing. New points are getting added into management. So these are the two concepts of management, traditional and modern. So what have we understood? Management is, in the modern sense, management is getting work done through others and emphasizing on two things, that is efficiency and effectiveness. These are very, very important. In case of efficiency, it is very important that the task should be completed but with minimum cost. That is very, very important. In case of effectiveness, the main emphasis is on time. The work should be completed, the task should be completed, but within the time frame, that is the time which has been decided by the management. It is a broader concept when we talk of effectiveness. If we see this picture, we can understand one thing, that everyone is supposed to manage. We all manage. We manage our household, we manage our jobs, we manage our business. Even the animals have to manage, the birds have to manage. But when we study management, in that we are talking of professional management only. So in this presentation, we will discuss what does it mean to be a manager and what exactly the managers do. To start with, these are the points which you need to ponder. The very first point is that you will find that there are different types of management and there are different levels of management too. Accountability is the basic content. A manager is accountable for his performance and even the performance of the others. Effective managers help others. They help others to achieve many things, to do good performance and to attain satisfaction. A manager must meet the multiple and changing expectations of the people who are working under him. A manager must plan, organize, lead and control. These are the big chapters which we will study in the coming presentations. Manager has to perform many roles: informational, interpersonal and decisional roles. This will also be explained in the presentation as we move further. Managers pursue actions, agendas and engage in networking too. They have to make a link between the people so that the communication is proper, so that the objectives are achieved. Manager has to use variety of skills, like he should be well aware with the technical skills, human skills, that is how to deal with the people, and conceptual skills which he must have learned in the degree which he has attained. A manager always learns from the experience as he deals with people, machines. He learns many things and his viewpoints change. So to sum up, we can say that the manager's work is quite intense and demanding also. This is the reason the managers are facing a lot of stress these days. So I have taken this chart which explains that different roles of the manager. You can see the chart and note the points like there are interpersonal roles, informational roles and decisional roles. These will be discussed and clear to you in the coming presentations. To get familiar with the presentation, to get familiar with the topic, one must understand the different features of management. Management has many features. In this presentation, I will discuss 14 points. There can be endless points. Sometimes these are called as characteristics, features, components. So everything, these are the synonyms. But these 14 points I will be discussing in the presentation. The very first is continuous and never-ending process. To understand these points, I have tried to take a picture and I hope the points will be clear to you with the help of this picture. See this picture. In this picture you can see many people are sitting and discussing various things. This shows that it is a group activity. As the very first point says that it is a continuous and never ending process, the discussions always are going on because the environment is dynamic, things keep on changing. So management never ends. It is a never ending process. Second, in the picture you can see there is a person who is standing and discussing the things or directing the others. This shows that management is the art of getting things done through others. We need the cooperation of the people. We need to understand the people also. So as I told you in the starting that the management is result oriented. There is one objective and all the resources are allocated to achieve that very objective. Then it is not an individual activity. You need the help of the people to achieve your objectives. One more thing which is very important is that we all are using computers, we all are using technology, but this technology can never replace human. We need humans for management. Management is entirely based on the situation. As the situation changes, the management style also changes. Management is a thing which needs a professional approach. There should be approach which is very clear, unbiased. Only then we can achieve the objective. And in today's time, management should be dynamic also. We cannot stick to the principles and say that we are not going to change. We need to change. The next question which comes to mind is in features only, that is management art or an science. This is a very crucial point. In business management, it is considered that management has some characteristics of science and some of art also. So let's first understand that what is art and what is science. This chart explains that art includes your ability. How able are you to deal with people? What are your skills? Are you able to implement them? And how creative are you in solving the problems of others, in generating new ideas? And you will notice that management has all these points. Another one is science. In science, all our decisions are based on logic. We have to give reasons. We have to follow the facts and see that what are the proven things. In management, you will see these also. So my answer is, the answer is management is both art as well as science. The next topic is, now all the features are discussed. The next topic is management is a profession. It is very true in today's time that management is a profession. Now, what is a profession? A profession is which has all these 5 points. The very first is well-defined body of knowledge. Management is a well-defined body of knowledge because it is built by thinkers. There are many points. The manager can take it as a profession also. There is a systematic body of knowledge which is developed over a period of time by the scholars and that is taught to the people. The second point is representative bodies and associations. There are many representative bodies which lays down the standards which the professionals has to follow. Like in case of doctors, there is a Medical Council of India. In case of chartered accountants, they have to follow the Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants. Then is restricted entry. Restricted entry means that a person must follow a degree, must attain a degree, must complete the education to uh, pursue that profession. Like if you want to pursue the profession of a lawyer, you have to complete your law degree. Then fourth point, code of conduct. There is a code of conduct like honesty, integrity, professional morality, which you have to follow. The rules and regulations are controlled uh, by the association which their members have to follow. Norms mean rules. Service motive. The person is required to think of the society also, the welfare of the society. So profit is not the only motive. To conclude, I would like to say that manager as a professional is very, very important. He should be a professional who has all these 5 points in his character. So the heading is manager as a profession. It means that manager should be a professional, or I should say the management teaches you the ethics of the profession. So if a person wants to become a manager, he should have many skills. You can see the chart. I am going to study it from right to left. The person who is working at top level must be very, very clear with the conceptual skills, a great ability to think critically. Then middle level managers, they should have human skills. That is, they should know that how to have cooperation between the people, develop it. And then the last one, that is lower level, they should be sound with the technical skills, speciality, the knowledge, the applicability. These are the levels of management, that is top, middle, and last one is divided into two parts, that is first line and non-managerial workers. So the top managers are responsible for bringing a change in the organization, help the employees to develop a positive attitude, commitment towards the organization, to use a culture that is very supportive for developing a positive attitude, and monitor the business environment and decide that when a change is required to be launched. Talking of middle level managers, they are responsible for setting the objectives that are very much consistent with the mentality of the top management, linking the groups, managing the performance, taking the corrective approach, and implementation of the strategies which are generated by the top manager. First line managers should be dealing with the entry level employees, teaching them, telling them the schedules which they have to follow, basically the working of the organization. With this, I am going to sum up with this presentation. I will be uploading the next parts very soon. In that, we will discuss the topics of management further. So we have very well defined the meaning, the features, the concepts, and the levels of management. And I hope that I have made myself clear. Thank you everyone. I will be uploading the next parts very soon. Thank you.